Beethoven composed this music when he was deaf. You see, a deaf person can do anything that a hearing person can do. Many of you won't realise that we've had a hearing impairment unit in our school for over 20 years. It's been run for the last 10 years by Mrs. Hale. It's one of only 2 in the county and helps to stop hearing impaired students having to leave the county and go and be educated in boarding schools in places like Derbyshire. We're very proud of our hearing impairment unit.
I know you wear what we call a radio aid, don't you? Or you don't wear it, but you're the teacher. You give that to the teacher, don't you?
Yeah.
And that's the transmitter. Can you show us what you have to do?
You can randomly just click it and then put it back in. It'll just say that.
At secondary school you have to listen quite a lot, don't you? And you get lots of new words to learn, lots of new vocabulary. Does that make you tired?
Yeah. Literally, sometimes fall asleep in a taxi on the way back home.
Do you?
Yeah.
So have you made any new friends, Emma?
Yeah, I've made loads.
Lots of new friends. And are you happy at school?
Yeah.
Good. Have you got a favourite lesson?
PE.
You enjoy PE? Yeah.
Well, just when I came in, I got so many people who were taller and older than me. Well, I thought they'd be horrible, but they're not.
No one was at all?
No, not at all.
So did you find the attitude of other students helpful? Were they? And friendly?
Yeah.
All the time? Well, Tom, you're enjoying your drama. Is that one of your favourite lessons?
Yeah.
Yes.
Love it.
So, what about Thomas Cowley? What's it like being here?
It's really good but different, but in a good way, because I'm not used to being with my primary school friends.
Okay. But have you made some new friends?
Yeah, lots of new friends.
And you happy in school?
Yes, very.
Yeah, you like it? Good.
What was it like being profoundly deaf?
Really strange because there's no noise at all. And I felt like I thought I was going to be deaf for the rest of my life, but then when I found out the implant, I was very happy. It was really confusing because I didn't understand where the noise is coming from. For an example, doorbell, I thought, what was that noise? Because my brain is not used to hear that noise before. So that was very confusing. At primary, we used to have this document called Otto's Word, where, for an example, in the seaside, it play a sound that is in the seaside, and I have to guess what the sound was in the seaside.
How did you communicate with your family before you had the implant?
It's sign language.
So do you still know a few signs?
Yeah, like for example, when I went near the fire, Mum said, that's hot. So I thought, oh, don't touch it.
So what tips would you give to someone who was meeting a deaf person for the first time, perhaps, or friends at school who perhaps are deaf or hearing impaired? What tips could you give to them?
Perhaps to speak quite clearly, because they're good at lip reading. If you're not speaking properly or you're mumbling, then they're not going to understand what you're saying.
How did you get on wearing the ear defenders in the lesson? What was that like?
It was quite strange to start with. When I put them on, it was really muffled. And I did get frustrated if the teacher was talking because I'd understand and miss out like what they'd said and stuff. But afterwards, when I took them off, it was actually quite loud.
Yeah, I was the first person to get basically 2 cochlear implants and with surgery and stuff like that. So yeah, I was the first person in the UK to get them done.
Prior to the operation, did you have any hearing at all?
No, I didn't have any hearing before. I was just born naturally deaf, and yeah, so yeah, I couldn't hear anything. But obviously at a young age, I wasn't really aware of how life was at such a young age.
So now, obviously, you've got both the implants. If you would take the processors off, have you got any hearing?
No,
it's just
no
nothing
hearing
at
at
all
all
without the processors on. Can you remember much about the operation? How long it took and your time out of school?
All I know, it was very exhausting. I spent a lot of time sleeping because obviously I have to like rest after this operations and stuff. But yeah, all I remember it's been tiring and it was upsetting, especially being in hospital all the time.
Can you remember how long you were in hospital?
It was a very long time. It felt like almost a year because I literally go in nearly every single day, just checkups and sleeping there. These can just fall off easily and break, and if I get a big hit to the head, it can like affect my like magnets inside my head. It can move them, and yeah, basically it will be very painful with the magnets moving around my head. Sometimes it does affect me, but with these new processes, because it's quite sensitive, I have to like make sure I turn the levels down and the sound down if I get headaches and stuff like that. I've gotten fewer headaches since last time, so I think it's a massive improvement. Sometimes the worst thing is sometimes I'm not allowed to do as much sport as other people because of the damage it can do to my head and stuff like that. And yeah, I just have to be aware of what I do because I love basketball and I obviously have to be careful.
Once my mum said, "Reese, can you do a job for me?" and took my implant off, and then mum was like, "Reese, Reese," and then I didn't want to do the job, so that's why.
Best thing is sleeping, not having to be annoyed by anybody else talking to me, I can just take them off.
So you can sleep without background noise, can't you?
And I get a good night's sleep. Mum thought, "Oh, you're very lucky, Reese."
Yes.
Yeah, I think it is because when you talk to them, you have to actually talk to them. Like, you don't shout them from up the stairs or whatever. So you have to actually go down to them and speak to them face to face.
Make sure I know what you're talking about.
Face me when you talk.
Speak normally but clearly.
So be deaf aware and take note of those top tips. We have a hearing impairment unit at this school, but it's not about separating hearing impaired students out. It's about bringing us all together, because here at the Thomas Cowley High School we are proud to be inclusive.